The third and final technique of the improved practice is license to modify. Different users will have different levels of authority in the system. The KCS certification or licensing program links an analyst's rights and privileges within the system to the analyst's demonstrated KCS competency levels. This is where technology plays a critical role. The knowledge management tool must have user profiles that will support the licensing model. For more information about the technology requirements, please see the KCS verified documentation, which can be found on the consortium's website. Those KCS articles that have been used successfully several times are good candidates to migrate to a broader audience, such as customers and support partners. Licensed users can modify the visibility of the KCS article to make it visible to a broader audience. Visibility is discussed more fully in Practice 5, which is Content Health, and is part of the Evolve Loop process. And the roles and licensing models are discussed later in Practice 7, which covers Performance Assessment, which is also part of the Evolve Loop process. One of the deep principles of KCS is the concept of collective ownership. This is a hard one for people to get their heads around. The principle is not unique to KCS. For example, Switzerland is recognised as one of the cleanest countries in the world. It's pristine. So how do they do that? Turns out it's a result of collective ownership. In Switzerland, you see trash, you pick it up. It's that simple. The Swiss don't have a bigger budget for clean-up crews or more street cleaners than any other country. What they have is a value that they've all bought into, a litter-free environment. This is the same principle we see in the KCS practices. The collective ownership concept is an Evolve Loop thing. It needs to become systemic. It needs to be integrated into everything we do. It needs to involve everyone, and it needs to be owned by everyone. Remember, it's our collective experience. At the solve loop, or the event level, it means that I am responsible for the quality of the articles that I interact with. The following solve loop techniques all represent the essence of collective ownership. Value is realised by these behaviours. Create an article if one doesn't exist. Modify it if it does. Link articles when you use them. Update article states as appropriate. Flag it or fix it. And finally, reuse is review.